Brad, this question's for you. Cora, you may want to jump on this as well. Tony writes in and says he's selling his house. It's under contract. The inspections were just done. The buyer is asking for a GFC outlets to be installed in the kitchen, even though no upgrades have been made to the kitchen since the home was built in the 1950s. Additionally, the buyer wants Tony to replace 2-prong outlets throughout the house with 3-prong outlets. So Tony's wondering, does he have to do that? So let's start, Brad, from your perspective. What's the story?
Well, I think that from a safety standpoint, the GFCIs are a good idea. So that's more of a safety item. That's probably why the inspector wrote that up. Converting 2-prong outlets to 3-prong outlets can be problematic because even though you have 3 prongs, they're still not grounded. So in fact, when Home Team finds a 3-prong outlet on an ungrounded system, we recommend that it goes back to the 2-prong so that people understand that it's not grounded. But as far as the requirements, dude, I think that would be, more the negotiations for the agents than the home inspector saying this is the way that it must be. But GFCI would be a safety.
So, Cora, there's no legal requirement for a kitchen that hasn't been updated to be returned or have a GFCI added. Am I correct about that?
Correct. I concur with Brad. I think from a safety standpoint, certainly from a liability standpoint, it's best to try to mitigate that, though. And if best practice and certainly the safety lends itself to that very inexpensive fix, GCI, just go ahead and convert it.
That's the kicker, is that do not let a GFCI conversion keep you from negotiating the home of your dreams.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And the others probably a little bit more, I don't want to say cosmetic, but more of a non-issue. Again, that's just a negotiation. But certainly the safety item that could possibly, let's say, come up and be triggered in an appraisal too, because that appraiser may say that this is a safety deficiency. This is a concern.
You're talking a VA or FHA appraisal, and I'm not sure that that's in the scope of theirs, but I don't think a regular appraiser is going after a GFCI outlet, though the ordinance is 6 feet within a water source, as I remember. I know Brad can't quote water.
That's the standard.
Yeah, it's standard.
You never know. Some of those funding, the welcome home funds, there's a lot of stipulations in there.
Could be. Yeah.
Servicer is going to require what? It's best to those little things, if they're on the report, because there could be more deeper electrical issues down there if you've only got an older home with 2-prong wiring and no ground.
Yeah.
Keep looking.
Just remember, if you're handy, and I'm not telling you to do this yourself, folks, but a GFCI outlet, a single one, you can buy at the big box stores, $14, $13, $14, $15. Yep. And then it's fairly simple. You just want to make sure you turn off the breaker to the line. But a lot of people can do that. Maybe if you can, maybe a friend of yours or family member can, and that saves you the problem right there of having to do and worry about it. So just remember that.